Hi, welcome to Say No to Anxiety Hypnosis program by Suggestive Therapeutics. I welcome all you for this presentation and let's dive deep. Over here, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Shijo Chandapillai. I'm a certified consulting hypnotist and a certified hypnotherapist, a licensed RTT practitioner. RTT stands for Rapid Transformational Therapy, and also a licensed hypno-oncology practitioner and the director of Suggestive Therapeutics. I help people live the life they want to live by changing their limiting beliefs, attitude, and behavior to achieve success, health, and well being in all areas of their life. After years of struggling with self limiting thoughts and behaviors, I found my true purpose in life when I discovered RTT, hypnosis, and hypnotherapy. It helped me heal an old childhood trauma of abandonment, which had been affecting me for many years. And then I made it all into my one true purpose and decided to heal many as I was healed. Then I decided to specialize in certain categories, especially oncology, cancer patients, then their mental well-being. And then, I branched out to different other things when it comes to addictions or any other things that people have difficult with. I help them through hypnotherapy. One disclaimer is that I do not treat or cure any medical or mental health related issues, diseases. I am not a medical professional. This firm stands for only for educational purpose and bringing mental awareness through a hypnosis. So this is like something like a small little video to show what we actually do at Suggestive Therapeutics.
So, what's this rapid transformational therapy all about? Well, you'll be relieved to know it's not woo-woo, it's actually science. The brain is amazing and complex, so for the sake of simplicity, we'll break it into its three main parts: the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind. Hypnosis itself is a natural state that happens to you on a daily basis. It's a trance-like state in which the subconscious is outwardly active. I like to call it the autopilot. For example, have you ever been driving and you arrive at your destination having no idea how you got there? Your conscious mind was focusing on what you were going to cook for dinner, the argument you had with your partner last night, the text message you read when you stopped at the lights, and, oh my goodness, I need to collect the dry cleaning, etc. This is a form of hypnosis, when the subconscious mind actively takes over to help you out. It took care of the whole driving thing for you while you were busy thinking about other things. Your subconscious mind holds way more information than your conscious mind, and hypnosis enhances our access to it. The unconscious mind is the vault in which everything we've ever learned or experienced is kept. This is the programming that creates our reality. We don't usually have access to our unconscious mind, given it's unconscious. Yet, in it lies every memory and every belief we hold that we are now unaware of. The good news is that sometimes our unconscious mind will share information with the subconscious, giving us access to it. And the really exciting part is that in hypnosis, the gateway between them is more open. To understand it more easily, let's imagine the mind like a computer. Your conscious thoughts are right there on the desktop. They sit there on the main screen. Your subconscious thoughts you can get to, but you'll have to dig into the files a little to find what you need. Your unconscious mind, however, is the programming way beneath the surface. It's the deepest part of the operating system, not accessible without the help of an expert who knows the shortcuts and how to get you into the system. And once you gain access, you'll again need the expert's help to make beneficial changes. The thing is, we update, reboot, and upgrade the operating systems on our computers and devices all the time. But we don't do this with the most important operating system we'll ever use, our minds. Most of us are running our lives on inadequate, outdated, poorly functioning operating systems. Usually this system is created and hardwired in our childhood. The life we experience now is direct output from that old programming. And even if we want or believe something else now, the outcomes are set and they become our reality. When our computers and devices start to give us issues and stop offering us our desired results, we immediately look for ways to upgrade their systems. It's crazy that we don't do this with our minds. How old are you today? How old and outdated might your programming be? Do you need some help to find the blocks and bugs in your old programming? You deserve the freedom you'll find, and I'd love to help you discover it in a rapid transformational therapy session.
Yeah, so now the main question a lot of people have is like, what is the success rate of hypnosis or hypnotherapy? This is an article related to weight loss, but even when it comes to weight loss or anything, from a study from 1970, it has been found that hypnosis has a 93% of success rate, with fewer sessions needed than both psychotherapy and behavioral therapy. So it is really interesting. I myself see a lot of people, dealing with anxiety for 5 decades. That's about 50 years. I myself was carrying it for 20 plus years. So a lot of people really understand that, what, this thing is not just a feeling, it's just ruining my life for the past couple of years. And it is very important to identify it and to take it out from our mind and even the body. So this is my teacher, Marissa Peer. She's one of the best hypnotherapists currently in the world. She's very renowned. She's an author. She's really good at what she does. And this is what she says regarding anxiety. It is not the event that makes you anxious, it is how you interpret the event. The law of control begins and ends with your thoughts. When you take control of your thoughts, you stop being anxious. And when you make your thinking amazing, it really does change your entire life. So this is like the main foundation of our program. We're going to be changing the thoughts, and that's going to change the feeling, and that's going to change the habit. Um, it is very interesting that it is so powerful. So we're just going to look through what is some main ideas about anxiety, and we can see whether this can actually relate to you in any way. Now we're going to define anxiety. Anxiety is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease about something with an uncertain outcome. This very much places anxiety in the realm of negative thoughts and feelings, for which RTT, rapid transformation therapy, that's the hypnosis program, is an effective intervention. um, Anxiety is the main symptom of several conditions, including generalized anxiety disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, panic disorder, social anxiety disorder, post traumatic stress disorder, health anxiety, which I really focus on when it comes to my oncology patients, phobias such as agoraphobia or claustrophobia. Phobias, like, we will handle that in a separate way, but all these are part of anxiety as a symptom. So now moving on to the next slide, we can see that anxiety could equally be general feeling of unease, such as worry or fear, that may be fleeting, mild, or severe. Everyone will feel anxious at some point in their life. Example, when sitting for an exam, having a medical test, or attending a job interview. At times like this, feeling anxious is perfectly normal, as is an awareness that will pass. Anxiety might share feelings with experience such as anticipation and excitement. On occasion, some people will find it hard to control their worries. Their feelings of anxiety do not subside and remain as a constant presence impacting their daily life. This is where we really have to understand what the role of anxiety is in our life. So some of the symptoms of anxiety that some people are really dealing with: derealization or depersonalization, this feeling of disconnected from the reality, ourselves and our bodies. Everything looks and feels strange. For example, like as soon as you decide to go to bed, you lie down and suddenly this thought comes in. Now you're on a roller coaster where you're constantly thinking, and you have to, what can I say, like, think about it, because this anxious thought is going to keep you up all night, even for a couple of hours. Eating around people, some people, when the anxiety kicks in, the appetite is suppressed, the throat is tensed, and we can feel nauseous. And it's worse when we feel pressure. We have this uh tight or rolling feeling in our gut, which really bothers us in a lot of ways, and we get very uncomfortable. And next one is escaping to the bathroom. The over reliance of the bathroom as an escape route from situations when anxiety spike. That's another thing too. Like, think about it. When you wake up in the middle of the night, you're feeling anxious, you go to the bathroom, you come back, and then you go again, and then you look at the mirror and talk, why is this going around, why is this happening to me? And all these things really like bother, and it just gets it worse and worse and worse. So, the physical response in the body when an anxiety triggers is that it raises the heart rate, chest pains, heavy weight in the chest, difficulty in breathing, feeling like lungs getting crushed. During attack, frozen, lack of reasoning comes in, nausea, sweating, mental fog, lack of concentration, can't make any decisions. We tend to be easily distracted, insomnia, heightened alertness, stomach issues, shaky or trembling, headaches, dry mouth, changes in appetite, fatigue, muscle ache, pain, shoulder, neck pain, rising thoughts, uncomfortable, uncontrollable overthinking, feeling of dread or impending doom, irritability, disassociation, feeling detached from self and emotions. Let's look at some of the thoughts and feeling that will go on when the anxiety is triggered. So when it comes to thoughts, we tend to have this overthinking, catastrophic thinking of all the scenarios that can go wrong, worry and concern, nervousness, lack of concentration, easily distracted, heightened emotional state, sense of dread and foreboding, playing events over and over before they have happened. Like, what if that's going to happen? We're going to see like everything is like the world is ending kind of feeling. um Now when we look into the feeling, we tend to be more sad, scared, fear. We have fear, we feel alone, frustrated, we feel stuck, trapped, disconnected, never going to be good enough, not lovable, helplessness, invisible, paranoid, raising thoughts, anger, lack of trust, out of control. These are all the feelings that will come in when anxiety is triggered, or even if you carry anxiety in you. Some of the traditional treatments for anxiety is a combination, or they could also be used as standalone. Therapeutic treatments will be about like cognitive behavioral therapy. CBT is talking therapy, focusing on how the thoughts, attitude, and beliefs shape feeling and behaviors. The cognitive component focus on replacing negative thoughts about stopping smoking or any other anxiety related, and brings you into a more and encouraging field of thoughts. The behavioral element focus on identifying the triggers that prompt the individual to have anxiety or to smoke, and changing the behavior to avoid these where possible. A CBT treatment plan will typically comprise 6 weekly sessions of around 1 hour. Another way to deal with it is emotional eye movement desensitization and reprogramming, EMDR. This was devised by Shapiro in 1989, a multi-model specific treatment therapy for use where the traumatic memory, mostly used for PTSD, anxiety, and trauma, works on the principle that you can reprogram the pathways associated with the distressing memory, as well as developing skills for positive future actions. Another approach is, of course, pharmacological interventions. We check the blood levels. We check for iron, vitamin B12, thyroid functions, antidepressants such as paroxetine, mirtazapine, antidepressants, and a lot of things. Like if you go to a psychiatrist, you will see what sort of medications that you get. Self-help strategies include self-help courses, breathing relaxation, exercising, spending time in the nature, giving up smoking or any other bad habits, yoga, Pilates, reducing alcohol and caffeine, using mental health apps, mindfulness, and meditation. So, how does negative thoughts in the mind and feeling affect healing? This is a small little video to see how, the body, if, anxiety or any other feeling triggers the response in the body that prevents you from healing. This video is from TED Ed.
Cramming for a test? trying to get more done than you have time to do. Stress is a feeling we all experience when we are challenged or overwhelmed. But more than just an emotion, stress is a hardwired physical response that travels throughout your entire body. In the short term, stress can be advantageous, but when activated too often or too long, your primitive fight or flight stress response not only changes your brain, but also damages many of the other organs and cells throughout your body. Your adrenal gland releases the stress hormones cortisol, epinephrine, also known as adrenaline, and norepinephrine. As these hormones travel through your bloodstream, they easily reach your blood vessels and heart. Adrenaline causes your heart to beat faster and raises your blood pressure, over time causing hypertension. Cortisol can also cause the endothelium, or inner lining of blood vessels, to not function normally. Scientists now know that this is an early step in triggering the process of atherosclerosis, or cholesterol plaque buildup in your arteries. Together, these changes increase your chances of a heart attack or stroke. When your brain senses stress, it activates your autonomic nervous system. Through this network of nerve connections, your big brain communicates stress to your enteric or intestinal nervous system. Besides causing butterflies in your stomach, this brain gut connection can disturb the natural rhythmic contractions that move food through your gut, leading to irritable bowel syndrome, and can increase your gut's sensitivity to acid, making you more likely to feel heartburn. Via the gut's nervous system, stress can also change the composition and function of your gut bacteria, which may affect your digestive and overall health. Speaking of digestion, does chronic stress affect your waistline? Well, yes. Cortisol can increase your appetite. It tells your body to replenish your energy stores with energy dense foods and carbs, causing you to crave comfort foods. High levels of cortisol can also cause you to put on those extra calories as visceral or deep belly fat. This type of fat doesn't just make it harder to button your pants. It is an organ that actively releases hormones and immune system chemicals called cytokines that can increase your risk of developing chronic diseases such as heart disease and insulin resistance. Meanwhile, stress hormones affect immune cells in a variety of ways. Initially, they help prepare to fight invaders and heal after injury. But chronic stress can dampen the function of some immune cells, make you more susceptible to infections, and slow the rate you heal. Want to live a long life? You may have to curb your chronic stress. That's because it has even been associated with shortened telomeres, the shoelace tip ends of chromosomes that measure a cell's age. Telomeres cap chromosomes to allow DNA to get copied every time a cell divides without damaging the cell's genetic code. And they shorten with each cell division. When telomeres become too short, a cell can no longer divide, and it dies. As if all that weren't enough, chronic stress has even more ways it can sabotage your health, including acne, hair loss, sexual dysfunction, headaches, muscle tension, difficulty concentrating, fatigue, and irritability. So, what does all this mean for you? Your life will always be filled with stressful situations, but what matters to your brain and entire body is how you respond to that stress. If you can view those situations as challenges you can control and master, rather than as threats that are insurmountable, you will perform better in the short run and stay healthy in the long run.
Yeah, it is very interesting the fact that, our mind does really do play a big role in our health, because it's all connected. The mind is connected to the body, the mind is connected to the central nervous system. So, what is RTT? What is rapid transformational therapy? It is a hybrid form of therapy developed by Marissa Peer, an internationally known therapist who has worked with many Fortune 500 executives, celebrities, and royalty over the past 30 years. It combines the most beneficial principles of hypnotherapy, NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming, psychotherapy, and cognitive behavioral therapy, RTT is designed to deliver rapid, permanent results to people who are struggling with physical or emotional pains. There are many benefits to RTT hypnotherapy. Some of the common issues clients resolve include anxiety, stress, depression, confidence issues, self esteem issues, panic attacks, performance anxiety, weight loss, and relationship problems. It is a very safe and relaxing process that will allow you to access your subconscious mind and uncover the root cause of your struggles. So, how to use RTT for anxiety relief? And an anxiety session will follow the same rhythm as other RTT sessions based on the four I's. It's investigate, interpret, interrupt, and install. So, this is like a program session flow. In the first session over here, in the induction, I will be walking you into deep hypnosis. We're going to be bypassing the conscious mind, and we will go into the subconscious mind by relaxing your body. And then we will do an investigation where we go into 3 to 4 scenes to see where is this, what is this anxiety doing, or where is it coming from. If there's no scene or anything like that, we'll go into what you are feeling. And then we go into an interrupt phase where we make understanding how those scenes cause the present problem that you have today. And the next step is about RFPI, which is like a role, function, purpose, and intention. We try to understand what is this anxiety doing or telling us. Is it trying to protect us, or is it trying to punish you for something or prioritize something? And then we're going to go to the next phase where we're going to create like a interruption, which means we create a distance from it. It's not me, or like, when I was a kid this kind of things happened, but now I know, where I'm at. So we disassociate that from us. And then we go, if there was a childhood trauma or something like that, we do work on that. And then we do reframing, which means we leave the negative in the past, we let go. If it's guilt or anything that happened, we let that go. And then we install the new belief system, which is the new version of you. So the next important thing that we're going to be talking about is looping thoughts. It is essential to understand how your thoughts control your emotions, which in turn control your behavior or action. A negative thought will create a negative feeling, then a negative behavior, which in turn will reinforce the negative thought. A positive thought, however, will lead to a positive feeling and behavior, which will reinforce the positive thought. So if you have like a thought process that's saying, I can't cope, I can't cope, you can see on this side, right? And it goes into the feeling in the body of fear and panicking, right? Panic, we fear. And then the habit or the action from the body that comes out is like, don't go out, stay inside, don't socialize, don't even go to sleep, or and this process of I can't cope is just keep on running. And then when you don't go out, you again see the same results, and then you end up having the same thought process that I can't cope, right? So after the 2 hour, 1.5 to 2 hour long hypnotherapy session with RTT, a recording is given to you, and a recording is needed to be listened to for 21 days. The reason is that it takes about 21 days for the mind to learn something new or to create a habit. So we're going to be creating the same habit for the mind through repetition. We're going to create the same feeling and the thought process for this 21 days. So after the first session, we're going to be having a 24-hour follow-up. And then I'll be having like a 7 to 10 day follow-up where, I also offer like a 30-minute NLP um, session where we create an anchor to control anxiety, if there's any. And then we'll be doing like a 21-day follow-up to see whether we need any other sessions or we are, doing good. You will definitely see the results. That's for sure. And then we'll see if we need another session, and then we move, maybe there are other things that we have to deal with from the past, past experiences that happen in life. So that's the whole process. So that's all our presentation is. I know it is hard. I know it doesn't look good. And I know you wish so badly to stop it, but can't. You can only fail if you stop trying and give up on yourself. Let suggestive therapeutics be a part of your journey and help you to win. Thank you so much again. It was wonderful. Thank you for your time to understand and learn from this presentation. And I'm looking forward to meet you. And if this program sounds good to you, then we'll move to the next step. And I'll see you soon. Thank you. This is Shijo Chandapillai signing off. Bye.